Hi guys, and welcome to my WWE Survivor Series 2019 reaction video. So yes, last night we had a Survivor Series where Raw and Smackdown go head to head in direct competition once a year, right from the wild card. But yeah, and of course what was different about last night was that NXT were involved for the very first time too. And I've got to say, for the most part, it was a fun show. I enjoyed it. Some really good matches, some really good moments. And yeah, for the most part, it was a good show. I think we can always say that about Survivor Series. It always is just a fun show, even if it is a bit inconsequential, because the only thing that's on the line is bragging rights. But I've got to say, it was a really good show and a great showcase for NXT too. So before I start, I want to say this is going to be a long reaction video because there's just so much to talk about. So I'm going to try and get over as quickly as I can, but there are 10 matches to talk about, and a lot happened in quite a few of them. So the first matches we have what was on the pre-show. We had two matches that just got announced on the night. We had a 10-man interbrand tag team battle royal. Just all the jobber and mid-card tag teams from all three brands, basically, that no one really cares about. I'm not talking too much about this. And basically, towards the end, the last two teams were Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode and the Street Profits. They had a bit of a match, and Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode won. Last eliminate the Street Profits. So, yeah, they got off to a win. That was a win for SmackDown. And it actually counted this year, because remember last year when the Usos won the pre-show, it didn't count for some reason. But this time the pre-show scores did count. So yeah, it was 1-0 to SmackDown. And then we had an interbrand triple threat match for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Yeah, I didn't know it was on NXT, the Cruiserweight Championship, but whatever. Yeah, Lio Rush, Akira Tozawa, and Kalisto. And yeah, it was a fun 8-minute match. Not too much to talk about here. It was just a very quick, lots of flippy moves. Of course, the crowd went that into it, sadly, as they always are with the cruiserweight matches. But I've got to say, Lio Rush, very talented wrestler. Of course, he's really proven he's a lot more than Bobby Lashley's mouthpiece. It wasn't earlier this year, but yeah, now he's cruiserweight champion, and he's brilliant. This was a really good match from all three guys. There was a really cool spot with Lio Rush. It's like this double flip off the top rope on both of them. They both go flying. That was awesome. And Akira Tozawa won, I believe, pinning... Akira Tozawa. Lio Rush won, pinning Akira Tozawa to retain. So that was a win for NXT, even though I thought Lio Rush was on 205 Live. But yeah, it was a win for NXT. So that was 1-1. Then for the final pre-show match, we had a Champions Triple Threat Tag Team match. Yes, the Viking Raiders going up against the New Day, going up against the Undisputed Era. And yeah, this was a really fun match. 14.5 minutes. Really enjoyed it. All three teams, really got time to shine. There were so many great spots. I mean, the chemistry was brilliant. You could tell they really rehearsed this match loads. And also, kudos to Undisputed Era. I mean, they were in a hellacious War Games match the previous night at War Games, and yet they were still fully fit for this. So doing double duty on the weekend. So full respect to Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and of course the rest of the NXT roster, which I'll get onto. And it was a fun match, really good, lots of good spots. I think there was a few close falls, very close falls, where I think the Undisputed Era were going to win. I was like, come on, Undisputed Era, because I didn't predict them. But no, at the end, New Day was out. Viking Raiders hit their finisher on one of the Undisputed Era, and they won. They pinned Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and I was like, It's like, oh, fine, whatever. So yeah, it was 1-1-1, all one apiece for the pre-show. All brands have got a point. And yeah, so that was a win for Raw for the Viking Raiders. And I was like, okay, fair enough, give them a big win. But I really would have liked to have seen the Undisputed Era go full win. But yeah, and they got pinned too. Why couldn't the Viking Raiders just pin the New Day? But whatever, it was a good match, and a good way to get the crowd ready before the main show started. And that was actually Raw's only win of the whole night, I believe. So yeah, that was in the pre-show. Then on to the main show. We had a 5-on-5-on-5 Women's Survivor Series Triple Threat Elimination match. And so yes, we had Team NXT, who was Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, Toni Storm. We had Team Raw, Charlotte, Natalya, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Sarah Logan. And we had Team SmackDown, Sasha Banks, we had Carmella, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross. So yeah. And I've got to say, this really fun. 28 minutes, really fun match. And I can't say too much about this because I can't remember too much about it. There was so many eliminations, obviously. So I'm going to get down to like the final part. Rhea Ripley got the win for Team NXT. She was one of the last. She was like the last survivor, I believe. And doing what she did the previous night. It was her against Sasha Banks. Yeah, And yeah, it was just her, but obviously two of her other team members got taken out because they were injured, but they came back and helped her beat Sasha. And it was great. Rhea Ripley wins. What a push she's getting at the minute, beating Shayna Baszler at War Games the previous night, and now beating Sasha Banks here. So what a push Rhea Ripley's getting, and so she should. She's brilliant. She's brilliant in the ring. She's very good looking, and she's only 23. 23! She's got the whole world ahead of her, so yeah, she's going to have a really bright future in WWE. But yeah, Rhea Ripley won, and Team NXT got off to a winning start on the main card with 2 wins. So yeah, go NXT! Woo! And then we got a Champions Triple Threat match. We got Roderick Strong, AJ Styles, and Shinsuke Nakamura all representing their 3 mid-card belts. And yeah, this was fun. 16 and a half minutes, some very good spots. All 3 were brilliant, as we all know they should. These 3, Shinsuke, we all know how good Shinsuke is, even though he hasn't been portrayed that way in the main roster for a long time. AJ, we all know how good AJ is. At one point, he was one of the best wrestlers on the planet. Probably still is, in the top 10. And we all know how good Roderick Strong is too, with the Undisputed Era. So, very good match, really fun. Some very fun spots. All the guys got time to shine. There were a lot of close falls. I loved Sami Zayn outside the ring, constantly trying to help Shinsuke out, pulling him out for pinfalls. Roderick Strong looked great, hitting some really close falls at AJ and Shinsuke. There were phenomenal forearms, Kinshasas. It was brilliant. You can tell all 3 guys had great chemistry, really worked well, and I loved the finish too. So I believe Shinsuke hit a Kinshasa on AJ. He's about to go for the pin, but no, Roderick Strong throws Shinsuke out. 1, 2, 3, and he pins AJ. Oh, that was great, sneaky little win. And yeah, NXT we're getting off to a great start. 2 wins for NXT to start on the main show. Well, so it was 3 points for NXT right now. Great match. Roderick Strong looks great. Undisputed Era came out with him at the end going, "Well done, lad, well done." Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, doo-doo. Boo, boo. Da-da-ba-ba-ba-doo." So yeah, and seeing Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly couldn't win on the pre-show, but Roderick Strong got a win for the Undisputed Era here. So great. And then on to the next match. We had a singles match for the NXT Championship. Yes, Adam Cole defending his belt up against Pete Dunne. Of course, Pete Dunne won a triple threat number 1 contenders match at War Games, so he became the number 1 contender for this match. And I was a bit worried about this match because it's a main roster pay-per-view, so I was worried that they weren't going to get enough time. The crowd were going to be a bit dead, so I was a bit worried because, if this was on an NXT takeover, these 2 would main event without a doubt, and it probably would be like a 30-minute 5-star classic. But this was still a very good match. It was 14 minutes, and I've got to say, it was 14 great minutes. This is probably all the time I could get given because it was such a stacked card, but it was great. They really won the crowd over because the crowd were a bit dead for the beginning of this match. About half the crowd don't even watch NXT, but this was great. Adam Cole and Pete Dunne. I was worried this was going to be like an 8-minute match, but no, it was 14 minutes, and brilliant. Both guys were selling their injuries from War Games. Of course, Adam Cole got fucking jumped off the top of the cell at War Games. Of course, Pete Dunne had a very hard-fought match too, didn't he? With Damian Priest and Killian Dane. So, yeah, both guys selling their injuries. Really good match. Just great technical wrestling match. Very even. So many close falls. I think Pete Dunne hit a bitter ending at one point, and Adam Cole kicked out. Adam Cole hit a really cool Panama Sunrise on the outside turnbuckle, on the outside part of the ring. Oh, it looked so good. He hit that running kick he's got. I forgot what it's called. Pete Dunne kicked out. The crowd were really getting into it. There was "This is awesome" chant. Really, really good match. And then at the end, I think Adam Cole, he counted another bitter ending into a Panama Sunrise. It looked sick. Then he hit another boom. Pete Dunne's mouth guard came out. And then 1, 2, 3. Adam Cole retains. What a match! Really good match. I think case can be made. This was probably one of the matches of the night, without a doubt. And this was an NXT match completely. This NXT ruled the roost tonight. Really good match. Adam Cole looked brilliant. So did Pete Dunne. Great showcase for those guys, and I'm sure Pete Dunne will get another chance. He's probably he's got a very bright future ahead of him. Pete Dunne's only 24, 25, if that. So yeah, he's still very young, and I'm sure without a doubt Pete Dunne's probably going to get another chance for the NXT title next year, whoever it may be against. Adam Cole and Roderick Strong all got wins for the Undisputed Era. Woo! And then on to the next match. We had a singles match for the WWE Universal Championship. Yes, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, defending his Blue Universal Championship up against Daniel Bryan. And it was fine. As much as I love The Fiend, I think I was a bit disappointed with this match. To start off with, I think it was The red lighting, I'm not a fan. That red lighting was just shines for the whole match. I mean, I guess it worked at Hell in a Cell, but it was there at Crown Jewel too, and now it's here at Survivor Series. I'm not a fan. I just think it makes the match a bit hard to watch. You're kind of lost, like, what's going on? You can tell the crowd are like, it kind of makes the match hard to watch. It's just, I don't think it's a good way to watch a wrestling match, even though I get it's unique, like all the Fiend's matches, it's a horror house, you've got to have red lighting, it's scary. But I just don't think it needs it, to be honest. I mean, when the Fiend beat Finn Balor at SummerSlam, we didn't have red lights, and that was awesome, so, but whatever. Onto the match. It was fun. It was fun. Not amazing, though. I feel like this is the problem with the Fiend now. I feel like you've kind of booked the Fiend into a corner with his matches. Like, what do you do? You can't have him just squash people left, right, and centre. But if you have a competitive match, it kind of looks silly too, because the Fiend just doesn't sell anything. So, as I love the Fiend, WWE needs to start to find out ways of how to book his matches properly, because it's kind of, the cracks are starting to show a little bit here now. So, the Fiend was dominating the early stages of the match. Bryan couldn't hardly get any offensive, but then Bryan started to come back into the match. He hit tons of yes kicks on the Fiend, but the Fiend just kept getting up. It was great. And the crowd were getting really behind Daniel Bryan. The yes chants were coming out. The Fiend was just like, no, you can't beat me, Daniel. Not selling any of the moves. Then Bryan started to get more offense in it. I think he hit a running yes kick. The Fiend just got up straight away. He couldn't, nope. And then I think he hit another one. Then that got the Fiend down. 1, 2, close fall. Fiend kicks out. And Bryan's actually starting to get a bit too much offense in, that was the problem with the whole Seth Rollins feud with the Fiend. But whatever. And then I think he's about to go for the third, and then the Fiend catches him, mandible claw, and yeah, he just wins. Bryan passes out, and that was it. A bit of an underwhelming finish, but yeah, the Fiend retains. Of course, he was going to retain. It was his first title defense. I think they're going to keep booking him as this unstoppable monster, probably all the way to WrestleMania 36, where a certain big dog is going to beat him. But anyway, apart from that, yeah, it was fine, but probably one of the weaker matches of the night, and I do think they need to sort something out with the Fiend, because get rid of that red lighting and just do something else, because I think the Fiend just getting dominated and then just pulling out a win at the end with the claw, it doesn't make him look that strong. That's the problem. That's the problem they had with the Seth Rollins feud. So they need to sort something out. So maybe when he faces the guy, whoever he faces at TLC, they can sort that out. But yeah, the Fiend retains, and Daniel Bryan, maybe he'll get a rematch at TLC, or he might move on to something else. We will see. Then on to the longest match of the night. We had our next 5-on-5 Survivor Series Triple Threat Elimination match with the men. So yeah, Team Smackdown, we had Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, King Corbin, Mustafa Ali, and Shorty G. Team Raw, we had Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Ricochet. And Team NXT, we had Tommaso Ciampa, Damian Priest, Matt Riddle, Walter, and Keith Lee. And it was fun. 30 minutes, it was 29 minutes to be exact, but it was a very fun match. Although I'm not a fan of the eliminations, not in the slightest. So some of the eliminations for this match were way too soft. So Walter starts off, he kicks a lot of ass at first. Walter's he's standing up to Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. It was awesome. But then Walter just gets hit with a Claymore after 3-4 minutes, and Walter gets eliminated first. I mean, that pissed me off. Walter, this unstoppable monster on NXT UK. And this, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this Walter's first clean pinfall? And it was here in the Survivor Series match after 3 minutes. I mean, what? Oh, bloody hell, whatever. And then, so yeah, that was kind of crap. I'm just going to go with the eliminations here because there was just so much to talk about this match. So then Shorty G gets eliminated for Team SmackDown. Kevin Owens hits him with a pinfall after a frog splash. Then Kevin Owens gets eliminated by Tommaso Ciampa after a Willow's Bell. After obviously KO helped Team NXT, didn't he? After NXT War Games, but yeah, brand loyalty this time. So yeah, Kevin Owens gets eliminated. Then Damian Priest gets jobbed out straight away with an RKO after 1 minute. Poor Damian Priest, didn't do anything. Then Randy Orton gets eliminated by Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle rolls up Randy with a pinfall. That was awesome. Matt Riddle yeah. But then Matt Riddle gets eliminated and Randy gets his own back. He hits an RKO on Matt Riddle and King Corbin gets the pin. And but then Braun Strowman does his thing. He does a running thing around the ring. He does the Braun train. Boom! Bangs into everyone. But then he gets stopped with Keith Lee with a big crossbody, and then a Claymore kick from McIntyre. So then Braun's just out the ring, and then Braun gets counted out. Bit of a weak elimination for Braun, but I guess it kind of does protect him from getting the pinfall. But yeah, whatever. As I said, there's quite a lot of weak eliminations in this match. I've said a few already. Then Ricochet got eliminated by King Corbin with a pinfall from End of Days. Then Mustafa Ali got eliminated with a curb stomp from Seth. And then Drew McIntyre got eliminated by Roman with a spear. But then, because King Corbin was being such an idiot and Roman had enough, so Roman just hit King Corbin with a spear. Tommaso Ciampa went for the pinfall. So Roman just eliminated one of his team members, but it was King Corbin, so they're probably going to continue that feud heading into TLC. And then heading into the last four, we had Tommaso Ciampa and Keith Lee, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. So then Tommaso Ciampa fights back a little bit, but then Seth and Roman start to team up on him, which I wasn't a fan of. I mean, come on, you're on separate teams. How was that fair in kayfabe? You're just teaming up on Tommaso Ciampa just because you're buddies from the Shield. I felt bad for Tommaso Ciampa. He just got double teamed. So yeah, he got pinned after a Superman punch by Roman, and then a stomp from Seth. So Tommaso Ciampa gets eliminated. My boy Tommaso, but he gets eliminated. But very strong showing from Tommaso Ciampa. And then the final three: Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Keith Lee. And I was like, come on, Keith Lee. Oh, bask in his glory. I love Keith Lee from NXT. He's awesome. And then we kind of got a little bit of a triple threat. It was more of an handicap match, to be honest. Keith Lee standing his own ground. The crowd are going, oh, bask in his glory. They were loving it. And then Keith Lee, out of nowhere, he hits Seth Rollins with a ground zero. 1, 2, 3. I was like, yes! Keith Lee pins Seth Rollins. Wow, I did not see that coming. Keith Lee has pinned Seth Rollins. It was great. The crowd were going nuts. And it was just Keith Lee and Roman Reigns, the final two. And I was like, come on, if Keith Lee pulls this off, it would be amazing. Imagine that. So then we got a bit of a match with Keith Lee and Roman Reigns. And oh my God, for a second I thought he'd won it because he hits Roman with this massive powerbomb. Boom! And I was like, oh no, come on. 1, 2, but Roman kicks out. I was like, oh no. And then Roman gets back up. Superman punch, I think, and then spear. Oh, and Roman wins with a spear. Oh, man, I was really rooting for Keith Lee. How amazing would that have been for Keith Lee? Pinning Seth Rollins, and then he beats Roman. Imagine that, the pop, the push. But it's quite clear, the high on Keith Lee. I mean, he pinned Seth Rollins, and he got a very strong showing towards the end with Roman. And Roman and Keith Lee had a big fist bump at the end, so massive respect to Keith Lee. Of course, he wrestled on the War Games match the previous night, but really strong performance. But Roman wins with a spear. Very good match, though. I think towards the end, I was really getting into it with Keith Lee and Seth and Roman. That was a great finish. And Keith Lee, he's definitely got a bright future ahead of him. I very much think so. Apparently, from what I've heard, Vince is very high on him after that performance last night. The response he gets from the crowd. I love Keith Lee. I want to see him get a big push in NXT. Maybe he might make his main roster debut next year. We never know, but he's definitely a future world champion, Keith Lee, without a doubt. Whether he's going to face Adam Cole for the NXT title or main roster titles next year. But Keith Lee, oh, bask in his glory. And Roman, he won. Because he's going to start getting that big push now, isn't he? When he's towards WrestleMania, when he's going to beat the Fiend. Then on to the last two matches. Whew, I need a quick drink. We had a no-holds-barred match for the WWE title. Brock Lesnar defending his belt up against Rey Mysterio. And I've got to say, I was a bit intrigued about this match. I was like, is it going to be Miracle or Massacre, as Paul Heyman kept saying? I did think with no holds barred, is someone going to come out and help Ray? I did think for a long time. So it was only 7 minutes, but it was fun. It was a fun 7 minutes. So of course, obviously, first few minutes, Brock was just dominating Ray, suplexes, throwing Ray around outside the ring on announce tables. Ray could barely get any offense in. He kept trying to get the steel pipe, but Brock wasn't letting him. He was like, oh no, Ray. Hitting with the suplexes, Ray was just getting dominated. But then out comes Dominic with a towel. He's like, no, Brock, please, no. With a towel, and Brock's like, get out my face. Throws the towel out the ring. But then out of nowhere, it's a no holds barred. Ray with a low blow. I was like, oh, and then Dominic hits a low blow on Brock. I was like, oh my God, is this how they're going to beat Brock? They're going to both double team on him. I was like, that's actually pretty cool, to be honest. And then, they start double teaming on Brock. Ray starts whacking him with the steel pipe. Dominic starts whacking Brock with the steel chair. Then boom, Brock's in the ropes. I was like, then we get a double 619 with Ray and Dominic, and boom, a double 619. It looked awesome. And I was like, oh my god, and then this is how they're going to win. Then Dominic goes to the top rope, massive splash on Brock. Then Ray gets on top, massive splash on Brock. I'm like, oh my god, Ray's going to win. And then they both just get on top of Brock. 1, 2, boom! Brock kicks out, and I was like, and even though I predicted Brock, I thought that was it. That was it. Ray was going to win. I was like, oh man, that was so close. And the crowd were on their feet going, oh, but no, they couldn't do it. Brock kicks out, and all that did was piss him off. And he whacks Dominic off the top rope, throws him across the ring. He catches Ray. F5, 1, 2, 3. Brock retains. Oh man, I mean, as much as I predicted Brock to retain, I was really pulling for Rey Mysterio towards the end of that double 619. That would have been such an amazing finish. Father and son beat Brock together, but no, Brock retains. And yeah, fair enough though. Big respect to Ray and Dominic. It was a good performance, good match. But from what I heard, I'm not sure this is true, but actually Ray was actually meant to go over. But Brock just refused to put Ray over. So that's why, apparently that's why Brock won. That's what I've heard. Apparently, from what I've heard from the rumours, Brock was meant to lose this match. But he went to Vince going, no, I ain't losing to Ray, Vince. So, yeah, screw you, Brock. But yeah, Brock goes into next year as WWE champion. I don't know who's gonna beat Brock for it. Might hold it to WrestleMania, probably all the way. But yeah, Brock retains. But Ray, you've got my respect, buddy. Great match. Then on to the final match, a Champions Triple Threat match, the main event. Yes, we had Shayna Baszler, the NXT Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion, excuse me, and Bayley, the Smackdown Women's Champion. Main event, okay, I'm happy this was the main event. I feel like the women main event triple threat like we got at WrestleMania, great. However, I've got to say, this match, I think it under-delivered. They really overhyped it, didn't they? You know, we all thought this was going to be great. It was the poster, all three women that we hyping up for so long. We had on Raw, Smackdown, and NXT, these three top women of their brands. And the match was fine. I don't think it was amazing by any means. It could have been a lot better, but it wasn't terrible either. It was very similar to the WrestleMania 35 main event with Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky, where it hyped up so much and it kind of under-delivered. I think it was just a victim of its own hype. But it still was a fun match. There were some good spots. I can't remember a lot of this match because I was falling asleep towards the end of this match. I was like, oh okay. But I do remember some good spots. All three women, it was fine. It did look a bit sloppy in places. I think there were a few little botched spots here and there. Becky, as much as I love Becky, she needs to stop calling the shots. She calls the shots too loud. You can hear it. And I'm like, Becky, kayfabe. You can just hear her go to Shayna or Bayley. Corner right. Back first. Becky. But still was a good match. And Shayna Baszler won, I believe. I think she hit Bayley. I can't remember what she won with. I think it was just, it was with the clutch. She won with the clutch. But Becky was outside the ring. I think she threw Becky across one of the tables. And Shayna Baszler hits Bayley with the clutch, and Bayley taps out, and Shayna Baszler wins, and that was a win for NXT too. NXT won the night. I believe it was 4 points for NXT, 2 for SmackDown, and 1 for Raw. I believe that was the one. Yeah, 1 for Raw. So, yeah, not a great night for Raw, was it? Only 1 win, and that was on the friggin' pre-show with Viking Raiders. So yeah, but anyway, for the most part, this was a very fun. It was a fun show. I thought the pre-show was fine. I liked the triple threat tag team match. That was fun. I thought the women's Survivor Series match was fun. Rhea Ripley getting put over strong. I thought the triple threat match with Roderick Strong, AJ, and Shinsuke was great. Adam Cole and Pete Dunne, very good. The Fiend and Daniel Bryan, probably the weak point of the night, which I don't like saying, but it was. I think it just was. Then the men's Survivor Series match was great. I mean, Keith Lee just getting a big push. I mean, loved it. Brock and Ray, it was fun. It was fun. Fun little 7-minute match. They made us believe Ray was going to win, but it didn't come off. And the main event was a bit of a letdown. Wasn't the best match I've ever seen, but it still was fine. And Shayna Baszler gets put over strong, and NXT win. NXT win Survivor Series, just like I predicted. It wasn't a clean sweep because they didn't win on the pre-show, but NXT, and they didn't win the men's Survivor Series match, but still NXT won with 4 points. And yeah, great win for NXT. This was like a big night for NXT, wasn't it? I mean, more or less over the main roster. Loved it though. Great show. Really enjoyed it. Obviously with a few little down points, but yeah, Survivor Series once again, as always, is a really fun show every year. Always delivers. And yeah, really enjoyed it. So what did you guys think of Survivor Series? Comment below, let me know. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Now I believe I'll be back with my prediction video for TLC. Probably in about 2 weeks, two-ish weeks, because TLC in what is not 3 weeks, I believe, December the 15th. So yeah, that'll be my last prediction video of the year. So yeah, it's been a crazy year, but yeah, as we head into TLC in December. So thank you for watching, guys. I'm back. We'll hopefully be back with Callum in about 2 weeks in December for our TLC prediction video. So thank you for watching, guys, and boo, better.